Well, back to the snow on the screen. If the potential was filled fully, particularly on non-connected devices, the amount of snow that is presenting what is seen on the screen, that picture indicates level of clarity or lack in clarity. As radios have fuzz that indicate the success of the transmission and reception of the intended signal and delivery of desired information. As the set is tuned in or out, the resistance is forced or it is depleted. One signal, one receptor is the simplest of understanding of sending and receiving information in modern times. Much the way a phone is used, you dial and someone is called, very direct to understand. When it comes to all signals and a single receptor, then traffic ensues. Receiving a busy signal or being ushered to a voicemail or a recording device. Yet with a radio, pause. When it comes to all signals and a single receptor, then traffic ensues. Receiving a busy signal or being ushered to a voicemail or recording device. Yet, with a radio, two signals may cross, but honing in on one clears that up. With the television signal, you were able to gain clarity if conditions allowed. Auto-tuning and fiber optics have given direct contact that was not available generations past. Keeping this in mind, if you were to turn on the telly with no signal, the screen would be full of dots. That is, the whole screen in its entirety would have had the presence of snow, for all is all. Finding the first and the last of these dots to appear would be challenging, to say the least. More so would be the challenge of holding the sequence of their arrival in the order that they arrived. Now, this is just a TV and an antenna. Let's us imagine it is information. Information in its formation. Information. Information is knowledge, useful or useless. Knowledge is here to be used. Just how information is used provides the accompanying understanding that either delivers folly or delivers wisdom. Only time shall show. This is deep, and I am digging slowly. At any given moment, information is there for the taking, and what is done with the information may prove to be part or whole of something understood. It may lead to a greater knowledge or understanding, or their collective level best, wisdom. Our lives are like that TV. If he who is allowed all the information in he who is to be ours all at once, we would hit an overload of our senses and our being. Yet collectively, we have been granted grace. The allowance for the presence and the allowance to use such goes to the core of love and the fulfillment of such. The presence of love in motion. Care. We are cared. Time is the resistance that allows our personal intimate being. Singular or in community, we are living proof of this fact. Generally, in the collective nows that we all journey through, it is hydrogen that contains the potentials of our wellness. Keeping in the kiss, that is, keeping it seriously simple. Let us commit to remember that from our outer into our inner is the only path that illness can travel and is enabled to take to germinating and to take footing to germinate. Hydrogen is the omni, alpha, and omega of our existence. So here we are, and funny thing is hydrogen. If you remember a TV set, or for you younger folks, if you were to hook up an old antenna when you went to watch a show, there first would be a screen of snow. And if you could name and point out the first to appear, then show that each that followed until the last appeared onto the screen to make it entirely full, you would witness and be able to see that full is omni. First being alpha, lastly omega. Fulfillment is omnipresent until ultimate overflow, such as an abundance of water in a glass is not only full, but abounding fulfillment secures it being in that condition until it surrenders itself to being just full. Level best, so to say, or depletion from there is into a lessened state. Level best, so to say, and depletion from there is into a lessened state. So as we have repeated with the TV reception, as well as the information traveling through things like the World Wide Web, and now we bring the glass and water to help illustrate and understand fulfillment. Let us remember the dollar being a form of currency to use to show fullness and the composite of the various ways to form a dollar. Let us bear in mind that all of this has been said to show that the amount of wealth in currency can be likened to the wealth in health, and that hydrogen is the currency that allows the current of wealth and health to flow in our inner terrain. Our own currency, our own resources, and the reward of this investment pays off handsomely. All through this does allow the present now to hold more knowledge and greater understanding. Do get what is being said. Just ask, was or am I smarter at 12-year-old as a 12-year-old or 6-year-old? How about 18? We say that if we could have told that younger self, we would have said, if I knew then what I know now. So we are not far off with this.